you guys. It's Christy. Happy, what day is it today? It's Wednesday. I had to think about that. That's right, because I had tacos. So it was Taco Tuesday yesterday. Did everybody have fun shopping at Ross yesterday? Let me know in the comments if you like that. If you want me to do more of those, want me to do less of those. I'm trying to mix it up, and I only did it because I know a lot of you have actually asked me what Ross was. So I just had to share. So today we are finishing up our turtle. And I'm so sorry I have not been on. It's been super crazy around here. But we are finishing up our turtle. This one was kind of like a part 2 type, part 3 type thing. Hi, Marlene. It's lunchtime, girlfriend. So I am here just for probably for a few minutes. It's not going to take too long. Hello, Wanda. Hello. Okay, so you guys, I don't know if you saw the video, if you watched the replay, but we are taking a Dollar Tree cocoa. I always forget what this is called. Cocoa liner. I can't think today. Love Ross when I'm in Florida. Marlene did love Ross. Yay. Okay, perfect. Okay, the cocoa liner. So if you guys see these in Dollar Tree, pick up a couple because we made something really cute. We're going to finish it today. All right, so let me show you the steps that I did because not all of this we could have probably did this online, but honestly, it was just easier to kind of do it in the parts. And I had full intentions of doing this outside with you guys and like, you know, propping him up and showing you guys like the final project, but it started thundering and it's about to get crazy weather here. So I'm not going to be on too long, but I do want to eat. But I will take a picture of him once it's sunny and everything out. You do love Ross, Wanda? Oh, that's great. I'm so glad. That Ross was set up very different than what I'm used to. Some of the other Rosses. Some of them are better well kept than others. But that one was definitely worth the drive. I was just disappointed in the crafting section. There was like nothing there to show you guys. It was kind of sad. But hopefully if we return again, it'll be better. Okay. So you guys, I did my turtle. I did my turtle shell. So this is what it's going to look like when you're all done. Okay. And then I will say you will need a lot of paint for these because the way I painted it, and you could still see that bottom coming through, and I kind of left the sides brown kind of on purpose. So it looks like it has like a little highlight there. All right, so when you are done painting it, you are going to want to seal it. Obviously, you want to seal this outside. This is what I was going to do outside, and I was going to do it in front of you guys, but I wanted it to dry and stuff. But this is just a matte sealer. This is the Krylon brand. You can get whatever brand they have at Walmart. You could even use the Mod Podge sealer. You don't have to use a specific one. I just happen to have the matte in the shed, so that's what I grabbed, and that's what I used. It's very, very important if you do nothing else, if this is going to sit outside and be a little weathered, even if it is under like a covered porch or, you know, a back patio, whatever, that's not directly in the sun, it is very important that you still seal it because you'll get a little bit more use out of it. It will last a little bit longer. Okay, so basically what I did was I just kind of put the cocoa in here, the cocoa liner in here, and this is the wired basket from Dollar Tree as well. And then I put my little succulent. I did glue him. It's not a him. I did glue him, and he's kind of set in here a little bit. He is being held down by the wire a little bit. I don't know. I guess the way I put my hole, I didn't line it up that great, but it is on top, so I did like the way that turned out. Okay, I'm going to be using a mixture of hot glue and the Titebond today when I put the legs on because I want it to hold like now, so I don't have to sit here and like wait for everything to dry. But I do want the Titebond on there because if I do put it outside, if you live in very, very hot areas or if the sun hits it and it just gets very warm, the hot glue may melt and then your turtle will fall apart. And then the other thing we're using is some wire. And this is totally optional, but you guys can take your floral wire. You guys know I love this stuff. And you have like, I have a ton of it. You could also kind of wrap it around like every other little like band that you have here, the little bars. And that way it'll decorate it some more. The other idea I have, and you guys, I'm sorry, I don't have batteries. I need to put them on my list. I do have fairy lights. I would say if you're going to do the fairy lights, you could wrap it around the bar, the little bars here, and then put your little battery pack just kind of like underneath him to kind of keep it out of the weather and everything. You don't really want that to get wet. It is battery operated, so these are only going to last so long, but it'd be cute if you're like going to do him up for like a little patio or garden party or tea party or whatever. You guys, those little teacups and stuff I saw yesterday at Ross, I swear I was going to buy them. I was like, nope, I have no place to put them. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I left them behind. I left the treasures behind for another person. Okay, so let me show you guys what we're doing. This is going to be a little bit tricky, not too much though, because I want you guys to kind of see this up close. So you see how some of the, actually this is 3 little holes that you're going to see in these little shells, okay? Or the wire part. You see the little holes right here and here? We're actually going to use that to our advantage to put our succulent in there. Now, I did say, and you don't have to use a long one, but you want to try to get like a taller succulent because it looks more like a tail. And I don't know if they have tails this long, but it looks more like a tail to me if it's going this way. So we're actually going to use this hole to our advantage, and we're going to go ahead and just slide this in here, okay? Now let me show you what we're going to do. I'm going to just kind of put this right here. Let me know if you cannot see, okay? This part, I'm not an expert at floral or floral wire. Hi, Mom. But I will say it just kind of gives it a little bit extra hold for this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little wire in here through the hole, out the side, and then I'm going to just take this, I'm going to bend it, probably once is fine. All right, and then I'm going to wrap this bottom part, if you guys can see it, I'm just going to kind of wrap it around the stem. And you may not have a stem, which is fine. I will show you, if you don't have a stem, that's fine. You don't need a stem. I just want this to kind of hold in place at the moment. Okay, so and everybody's is going to be different, but you got to pay attention to this part. So this is what I have figured would be the best hold. You're going to take this wire, okay? Can you guys see that? And you see the bottom piece of the succulent is like 3 little layers right here. 1, 2, 3. You see that? You're going to take the wire and you're going to make sure that you feed it through all of those 3 sides. And then you're just going to kind of pull it tight so that it stays in place on that. Now you can twist it around and you can do like every other one. You know, we're basically just making sure that it holds into place. And it is going to jiggle a little bit, but once it sits on the ground, it's not going to, or wherever you're going to have it, a patio or what. And then I'm just going to twist it. That way I know all my pieces are in there. Now, if you don't have floral wire, no problem. You could probably use a twisty tie, maybe a couple from like your bread, or you could use twine. You could just use your regular twine, you guys, that you always have, which I started cleaning up, so I put that there. Hi, Sandy. I'm a lunch girl. I'm doing a craft at lunchtime. All right, so that's a little secure. That's not going anywhere, okay? So there is our tail for our turtle, and it's going to sit right there. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to just set the head in here, and because it's going to be sitting down on something flat, I'm not really going to attach the head, but I am going to show you how to do it, okay? Because you definitely want this wire piece and you want this part. So I got my tail here. I want my head around this area, probably this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and this is long. You don't have to use the same one, but this is the one I got from Dollar Tree. So you're going to take it and you're going to put it in side like that. And then you're just going to kind of tuck him in his shell. Okay, and it's going to roll around, but once it's sitting flat, it's not going to matter. And that literally, I've tried to like work some wire in here, and you guys can try to figure it out, but this is going to be sturdy enough it's just sitting there. It's just a garden thing. It's not going to be all crazy. So now I'm all like, what the heck? So now we're going to go ahead and attach our legs. Okay. And I'm going to use hot glue and Titebond, you guys, just because I didn't want to knot. And then you do want to make sure, see, I was worried about doing the head first. I think I'm going to do the legs. And that's the thing. If this gets wet or something, you can just pull it out and like, you know, let it drip dry. But I am going to put a little hot glue and Titebond on here. So I've got my hot glue here. Let me get to my finger saver so I don't hurt myself, because that's not fun. Thank you, Sandy. I know, I just thought of this. I was like, oh, that looks like a turtle shell. And then I was like, ooh, what can I do with that? So I'm just going to take a little hot glue and that Titebond. It's okay if you mix them together. It's not going to hurt anything. And then you guys, I'm going to just tuck it underneath and just kind of let it sit on the very edge of this. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. I just want to make sure I get it right, because that's where my head's going to be. So this is where this is going to be. All right. And then I just kind of just like let it sit there for a second for it to hold, just to hold in place. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon, you got to go to your doctor's appointment. Everybody pray for Sharon. Unspoken prayers right now for her. Okay. Where I glued it to, because you guys remember we used the wood slice, I'm going to glue it and hide that hole. Unless you want the hole. But these are the little dots I did to match it. You guys can make yours however you want, okay? However you want. I want to make sure that that's kind of attached on there good until that Titebond dries. All right, now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put my other leg on. You guys, we got four little legs that we got to put on here. And you don't have to just do a little strip. It should be fine. Has anybody mixed the two glues together? I don't think it matters. I don't think it does anything. But if I'm doing something, getting ready to leave, okay, don't be late, girl. Don't be late. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of hold it on here. And we can always play with this later. But I do have, I do love the little succulent on top of that little hole. I think it just makes the whole piece. And you guys can make, like I said, you can make them all different colors. You can make like a pair of these would be really cute together on the porch. This is perfect for spring. I know you will, Sharon. I know you will. She's going to watch the rest later, and that's fine because you got more important things to do. All right, so there is, and you see how it lifts it up off the ground just a little bit too. All right, so hopefully that's going to stay. All right, and then I just got to do my other two, which I'm going to do here. The only thing that might get in your way, you guys, is that piece, that other hook, like the one we put the tail in, is on this side. So you're either going to have to put your leg around it or like put it a little bit off to the side. So he might have a little bit uneven legs, but that should be okay. That should be okay. All right, let's go ahead and put a little glue. And then we'll put him all together. And then when it gets a little bit better weather, you guys, I will put this outside so you guys can see it in my garden, so you can see how I'm going to have it. I'm probably going to put this over by my covered porch area. I haven't really decided where yet. I'm going to just kind of place him along and see how it goes. All right. Let me line this one up a little bit better. And like I said, once you have them down, you have them down. You could use, oh, I'm gonna grab that one. You could use, if you want to like make it a little bit more sturdy, you could actually put the two, what you could do, let me train this around and give you another idea if you don't like to do this part. So what you could do is you could use your paint sticks. Where did I have a paint stick? Did I already put them away? Yeah, those paint sticks, the longer ones, and you can glue these two on the paint stick and then just put a little X with your, and then just plop this right on top. Just plop it right on top. I'm trying to think what else you could use for this, just to kind of give you ideas. All right, and then this one is going to go over here. So let's put a little bit of Titebond. Guys, I'm really liking the Titebond. I know a lot of you crafters use it, but I've not done a whole lot of these. It is about to storm here. Sharon, make sure you're safe if you're still on. Okay. So we're just going to stick it. I will say it does curl up just a little bit. They're not perfectly sized, but oh, I think the rain's coming. Hello, would you like to say hi to everybody?
Are you off?
No, I'm on lunch. It's my lunchtime live. I will be live later again today. We are going to make my husband's birthday present, or one of them, maybe two of them. I have to do it before he comes home because he's coming home early tomorrow, and we're leaving Friday, very, very early. And I will tell you guys where we're going once we are on the road, because some of you know and some of you don't. All right, so now I'm going to take my little head and I'm going to stick it right through there. And there is our little turtle. Now you guys can, you know, decorate this, put the little lights on it. You could put a little, you could even put a little ribbon on the neck of the turtle to make it look like a bow. I would use twine just because it's easier to use outside. But yeah, there is our little turtle. And see, it kind of stays in there once you put it down. It doesn't move anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out where I'm going to put him or her, whatever you want to say. But there is our cute little turtle for the outside patio. It's done. And these were super inexpensive to make. You probably already have the wood slices, just a couple succulents. This is from Dollar Tree. These are from Dollar Tree, and then the baskets. So if you guys make one, send me a picture because I'm gonna do a parade if you guys make them for this spring. I'm gonna do a parade and see who does them because I think they would be so cute. I'd love to see how everybody's turns out and get creative with the shell too. So I am gonna go have some lunch. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll be posting a picture later, and tonight I'll be on probably between 6 and 6:30. I have to get on earlier before he comes home, so probably 6. So look for me around that time. I'll be a little bit early today, okay? Have a happy Wednesday, guys. I'll see you later. Bye. Yes, Bella.